Welcome back to Living with Favor. We are on a journey to uncover the secrets of living with favor, and you know it by now. Favor stands for faith, abundance, vitality, overflow, and relationships. You know, these are the 5 key areas of growth that have been my focus over the last 40 years in business. This is a business show to inspire and encourage the entrepreneur in all of us. And the promise of this show is really to introduce you to my expert guests who will share their successes, their challenges, and we hope that by doing that, they'll help you succeed in your business. I'm the host of Lisa Mosbey. I'm the host of Living with Favor. You know, I'm here to fulfill my purpose to come alongside you to advise, train, and really help you to pursue that American dream of owning your own business. This month, we've been talking about vitality all month, and today's expert is Monica Stanley. Monica is a certified health coach, and her company's name is Wellness with Monica Stanley, and she's a twin mom of 2-year-olds. And she has a deep and loving faith that she sprinkles throughout her life and her business. And we met through networking. She leads with her faith, and I thought she would be a perfect guest, perfect fit, because she's an expert in health and fitness and has been serving folks in the coaching capacity for many years. We're going to dive in. Welcome, Monica. Thank you so much for being with me today and agreeing to let me chat with you for a little bit in front of an audience. How are you?
Hi. This is so fun to be here, and it's so fun to just hear you talk about your passion, Lisa. It's such a gift to so many people. So thank you for living out, your mission and your passion. And I'm just grateful to be here. So thank you. Yeah, I'm Monica Staley. I'm like she mentioned,
Staley. I pronounced it wrong. I put an N in there.
It looks like there should be an N. It's like that's actually how my tangent. My maiden name is Bordenaro, which is Italian and has so many letters. And so I was used to spelling that, but now since I got married 4 years ago, on the phone, I'll say it's like Stanley without the N. And that is how
and I think that's how I remembered it. So my apologies, but we got that straight. We will have the correct information, how to find you in the notes field. It will all be spelled correctly. So
that's so great.
But I want to dig into the vitality of our body and our business, because that's kind of how I see you. Maybe I might be missing the boat on that, but that's how I see you. You know, the vitality of our body and business, and you lead that with faith. How do you define vitality?
Well, so it's funny you asked that, because I did actually, when I was sort of preparing notes for this, I went to the good old online dictionary, and I'm like, what does the dictionary say about vitality? And it says the state of being strong and active, energized, the power of giving continuance of life present in all living things. And then there were like hundreds of similar words. And I'm like, wow, vitality is really an A to Z. I'll just like bounce a few off here. Actually, bounce is one of them. Liveliness, energy, animation, spiritedness, exuberance, buoyancy, bounce, vibrancy, pep, zestfulness, sparkle. Like, how fun is this? That passion, vigor, fire, gusto, push, zip, oomph, pizzazz. It's like, oh, and feistiness. I really liked that one.
Only a few of those describe you.
Fun. It's like
fun and passion. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So that's sort of what the dictionary said was vitality. And I think vitality, it's really technically, it's a noun, but I think it's sort of a way of being. It's like, and I'm going to talk a little bit of like vitality of our actual cells, like physically what makes us up, but it's really, it's our spirit, I think too. It's our connection with people, our connection with ourselves, our connection with just the vitality of the world. I mean, it's a little bit of an abstract concept when you think of it outside of living and kind of healthy aging in cells. Vitality is, I think it's such a fun word, and I'm just pumped to be talking about it. And I'm pumped that it's part of your whole mission and your whole project here. So,
and it's very personal. like it is abstract, but it's very personal. Like I think we have 5 people who are talking about vitality because we have an extra week in this month, and everyone has approached it from a different perspective, and they've linked it to their business. For you, it's actually the physical health of our body. We had Alicia Kramer talking about skin and aging of the skin and how vitality plays such an integral part. Skin, largest organ of the body. So I want to dive in from the health perspective, from your unique perspective, and being a mom of twins. So you're looking with small children, taking care of yourself, going through maybe some breastfeeding and, all of the things to nurture your body to be able to carry twins. That's unusual. Not everybody has that experience. So may take a little bit more energy or effort. So how did you maintain your nutrients? How did you maintain the vitality and health of your body to produce and birth healthy children? So I threw a couple at you. I'm going to let you decide what's the order that you want to go in, and we'll be here listening.
That's so great. I appreciate that. And I do have sort of 5 different topics, 5 in one area and 5 in another that I want to share. But I love that you brought up like creation of life and all that takes, and what a gift and what a blessing. And we waited a long time for our kids, and we prayed for our kids, and then getting pregnant and my pregnancy and my delivery and nursing these kids. And now they turned 2 weeks ago. It is the hardest, most challenging chapter of my life. And it's the rest of my life, right? To be a mom. And like, I've got 2 older sisters that each have 2 kids. And I said, like, why didn't you tell me this was this hard? Or why didn't you tell me about this? And if you're in a chapter of hoping to be a mom, or if someone might be listening who doesn't have children, or doesn't, know that you have tons of nieces and nephews, which is what a gift for them to have you to hang out and play with and help. Motherhood is, I can't, it's like vitality. I can hardly describe it. It's next level. It's like, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for Jesus. I'm grateful for easy nutrition, and I'm grateful for deep breaths. And those are things I'm actually going to talk about. So, yeah, I don't know. Isogenics played a huge part of Isogenics nutrition played a huge part in my growing my children and being able to feed my children. Hydration and nutrition are so huge when it comes to nursing. I think the quality of the nutrients made a big difference, but also just the convenience, the simplicity. I definitely had like huge pieces of lasagna at 3 a.m. in the very early stages. So there's that. Yeah. And that was great. But being able to grab a shake, grab a bar, grab a snack, that's nutrient dense, that tastes good. And that was just easy. Like that has become my platform. So I've been a certified health coach, and I've taught yoga, and been in health and beauty supplement sales and leadership with Isogenics since 2015. And Isogenics has supported me in so many areas of life. But the most meaningful has been since I've become a mom. From financially, to be able to work from home and still help people and be with my kids. But nutritionally, it is my number 1 tool in my mom toolbox. Actually, it's my number 2 because Jesus is number 1. And I'm actually expanding into sort of spiritual wellness and writing a devotional for moms, which we've talked about a little bit. So yeah, I think vitality and wellness and motherhood, grateful for a lot of tools, grateful for good community. And actually the devotional is a collaboration of 30 Christian mamas I know and care about. But yeah, kind of a lot of ground, right? Like vitality, it's a big topic. I'm not even sure if I answered your question, Lisa. I can kind of get into the sort of little bullet points I was going to share, if that's.
Yeah, I want to jump in. I want to talk business, so we'll get into that. I know you do direct sales network marketing, so we'll save that to the end. Let's first dive into more about vitality, the actual nutrients. Like, a lot of us will grab, honestly, we've done it. I've done it with my nieces and nephews. They want McDonald's, their friends have it, they're homeschooled. So, they have different exposures than kids in public school. But I've stopped and I've done fast food for them. But I really do try to make an effort to have good things with. We bring water bottles. We don't use plastic water bottles. We bring, little things to put in their drinks to make them fun. And so we play in these areas of trying to bring nutrients in. When they're with me, they're only with me, very, very short periods of time. But as a mom and a working mom, you get to stay at home and be a stay-at-home working mom. We have some that are some of the audience who are moms and going out into the field. So they even have more challenges of timing and getting food on the table. But let's talk about this concept of nutrition, fast food, like fast nutrition, not fast food, like that isn't serving us, but how do we bring vitality into our body through food and supplements and nutrition? And why? Give my audience that carrot that says, I want that. How do we really, I really want you to sell this. What's the importance of this? And the importance of your kids watching you eat this and raising healthy kids because they have a good role model. That's where I'll leave it.
Okay. Gosh, what a great and huge big topic. So the number one sort of group that I serve in this stage of life is moms. The reason is there are so many moving parts. And I got to tell you, you guys, this is one of our bars. It's not a full meal. It's called a protein bar, but I'm like a third of the way through it. I've been taking bites for 3 hours. This is my life.
Yeah.
This is the craziness of the morning. So my kids do go to school in a couple weeks, but we're on summer vacation. And if you hear squealing, it's them. They're downstairs with our summer gal that's here in the mornings. But my kids deserve a mom who isn't hangry. And hanger is a real thing. It's a real thing that happens when we don't get enough food, when our body, our brain doesn't get enough nutrients, enough hydration. And somehow this 2/3 of a bar that I've been eating for 2 hours has allowed me to be present for my kids and to feel nourished, to feel energized. I'm ready to finish it now, but I'll wait. But having the convenience, having it be nutrient dense without any crap. So I'm talking like artificial colors or flavors or sweeteners. Some people are sensitive to dairy. Some people are sensitive to gluten. Thankfully, all of Isagenix nutrition is gluten-free, but that can add additional challenges. So it's, I think you asked such a great question. And there's so many different points I want to touch on. I think it's, for me, and I've got thyroid disease and I'm hypoglycemic and all these things that really impact the nutrition that I put in my body. I'm more sensitive than people who don't have these things. And it's been 8 years. I don't remember what I had for breakfast before Isagenix. So I don't know if you were looking for something more broad, but truly that is what gets me through the morning. There's another supplement that I'll mention, deals with managing stress. But finding things like when I feed my kids, I try to find all the food groups, protein, grains, fruit, and veggie with every meal. Ideally, I do that for myself. But I was not blessed with gifts for cooking in the kitchen. Thankfully, I married a man who does like to cook, but there are a lot of options. I know that Isagenix is scientifically put together and it's the best of the best nutrients. And I feel that in my body. I feel the vitality when I consume this easy nutrition.
Perfect.
And that's really what it comes down to is ease and quality. And that it tastes good, because if it doesn't taste good, what's the point?
Add an apple or an orange to it, and you've got a full complement. You've got your nutrients from your science-based food product, plus you've got nutrients from the garden, whether it's yours or somebody else's. We can bring in those quick grab and go meals, and they're easy. And if we do that, we're demonstrating that for our kids. So rather than stopping at the grocery store, the gas station, or stopping at a fast food restaurant, we can have things in a basket that is grab and go right from our house, or have it in that fruit and veggie drawer and grab a bag of carrots and go with it.
Totally just described my kitchen too. Basket of bars, basket of apples. There's always organic baby carrots in there, which I like to steam for the kids because they don't have all the teeth yet. But yeah, it's really planning too. Like,
Yeah. Having it on hand.
if you take a bar from your purse, make sure you replace it, because you'll want it there the next time you're panicking because you're hungry and noticing that that hanger's coming out. So
Yeah. And so you mentioned stress. Every mom has a certain level of stress. Now you add working mom to that, and the stress level goes up exponentially at that point. How do you manage it? You mentioned a supplement that you wanted to share. How do you manage stress? What are some things besides supplement? But you can talk about fitness too, because I know you said you were a yoga instructor.
Yeah. Well, and I think maybe I'll touch on these 5. I sort of am calling them gifts.
Yeah.
And then I'll talk about the supplements. Because look around us, you guys. Like, I have a window full of trees over here. There is so many gifts around us that don't cost any money, that we have access to almost at any time of day. And they do help manage stress, keep us grounded, if even for a couple moments, so that we can get back to our to-do list and the goals that we have for our family and for our business. So I'm just going to go right into my little notes
Go
here.
ahead. Yeah, go for it.
So the 5 sort of gifts I've talked about I will be talking about, are nature, movement, service, gratitude, and laughter. Okay. It doesn't cost you any money.
Yep.
But they are so life-giving, like vitality. Here we go. So nature, get outside. It's where we started from. It's where we can restart. Nature is, it really is. And a lot of Isagenix products, kind of tying it in, come from nature. And it's like, yes, let's use these things. Let's use what's been put on the planet to serve us. I liked this quote from a Chinese philosopher whose name I'm not going to even attempt. I can put it in the notes here, but and this is this spoke to me as a mom of littles and business owner. It says, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Oh, mind blowing. Did that blow anyone else's mind? Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. And I'm like, wow, I need to get out. I need to hear that every day. I need to get out and experience nature doing its thing, not hurrying, but getting everything done, and just coming back to where we started from.
Yeah.
I just did a post on this, 6 mental health benefits of plants.
Oh,
Flowers can improve anxiety, can help with sleep. Flowers can improve your memory. Flowers can change your emotions with different colors. I was curious about that, but I didn't look any more into it. Flowers can make you more productive. Like, how interesting. I think it kind of comes back to that quote. And then gardening, you mentioned, can influence mental health. I used to be a gardener. I think maybe I'll attempt again next year, but yeah, what a fun thing. And so life-giving and helping in managing stress. So that was nature.
movement.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, I taught yoga for 6 years. I haven't taught since my kids were born. I probably will again. It's kind of focusing on getting my own practice back after my body shrunk. But the key is to finding something you enjoy doing. The truth is, without movement, we would physically and emotionally deteriorate. So for me, it's yoga. And yoga is, of course, the physical movement, but it's also breath. And then the themes are really life-giving. And that breath, like even taking a deep breath in nature. Say you've got 2 minutes between calls, or 2 minutes till your kids wake up from a nap, going outside and taking that deep breath, even if it's not exercise, there's a tie in there between breathing and getting the most out of your breath by it being outside. And so when you're under stress,
connecting us to nature by breathing outside and taking in that sunlight on your skin, because your cells are taking that in too. It's not just your breath, but like the breath of the body and being outside. I love that. Sorry, keep going.
Well, and it's what I was going to say is like, when we're under stress, our breathing patterns change and our bodily systems are influenced negatively. So whether your breathing increases with vigorous exercise or your intentionality around breathing increases like in yoga, there are physical and emotional benefits. And so finding your movement that you enjoy doing, like outdoor yoga is like a dream to me, right? That's so many moving parts, an amazing way to handle stress. The next piece I thought of was service. And that can kind of a little bit of anxiety triggers because I'm like, I'm already doing so many things, but I want to help. I want to, help other people too. But doing things for other people brings us joy, and feeling joyful is good for our overall vitality, right?
For
You
sure.
find yourself in a funk, and I've been there, and maybe you have too. Do something for someone else, right? It doesn't have to be something extravagant, but fully, lovingly doing something for another shifts our perspective from us and our issues to others, and the power that we have to make other people feel better.
Yeah. I think that when you said doing it lovingly, not having regrets, not thinking about what you're going to get out of it, we need to actually just fully show up and be present out of kindness, compassion, and love, and know that everything we do in life comes back to us tenfold, good or bad. It all comes back to us. And so just being able to give for the sake of giving, that's where the true reward comes in. When people are serving and they're not feeling that joy, or they're not getting, like they don't get the benefit of it, they didn't, I would question, where did you come from? Did you come from the heart when you were serving? Was it just an obligation? Were you just showing up? Or was it lovingly, as you said, lovingly serving somebody else?
Yeah.
Because there's so much benefit to you in doing that.
Yeah. Thank you for adding that, because that really, or kind of emphasizing that really is sort of the goal behind serving, right? So next I have here gratitude. As a Christian, I believe every good thing comes from God. So when I'm practicing gratitude, I'm thanking and I'm praising God. Gratitude is actually the foundation, though, of every religion and every philosophy. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I actually, it sort of seems obvious, but when I kind of delved into this a little bit more and actually started listening to the book, The Magic, which I'll talk about here in a sec, there's all these quotes from all these different philosophies and all these different religions and backgrounds, and it really comes back to gratitude. I love too that you can't feel sorry for yourself and experience gratitude at the same time. Like, try it. It's literally impossible. Even if it's for a split second, if you're really, really grateful for something, there's not a negative emotion that can accompany that. And we were talking about stress. Like, no one's going to say, other than losing weight and working out, which are good stresses on the body, no one's going to say anything positive about stress, right? Like, but when you have a gratitude practice, or even little bits of gratitude throughout the day, little prayers here and there, that can make a huge difference to diffuse stresses. Having that little bit of gratitude. And if gratitude and sort of vitality seems like kind of fluffy to you, I highly recommend the book, The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, B-Y-R-N-E.
Brian. Yeah.
Brian. Do you know it? She's the author of
she's the author of The Secret movie. She was the person behind that. And then this is her latest book that has come out. It's, it's as good as the first one was. I think this one is her own vision, because so many other people had an influence in The Secret and things. And so this, I don't know, that was my take on it, is this kind of comes really from her heart. Yeah.
And I love it too, because it's got these 28 practices, and I'm listening to it because mom life, business owner life, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm just listening to it on repeat. Like 28 days. Okay, start over day 1. And I'm kind of took a little bit of notes, but I'm just letting it sort of sink in. And it really has become kind of a part of life. And I've got a couple of ways that I help manage stress, but that is definitely one of them. And then last, in terms of like kind of the free gifts, is laughter. As a wellness coach, I make it a point to post funny content because my hashtag is laughing is good for you.
Yeah,
it really is. Laughter is a true gift. We take it for granted, but it can really contribute to our health and vitality in so many ways, from lowering our blood pressure to increasing oxygen to the brain to relaxing and dealing with that stress and improving our relationships when we laugh with people. Like, how cool is that? So, like, Lisa, when's the last time you laughed so hard you cried, right?
Pretty much daily, because that's what we
That's
do
so
around
cool.
here. When you have 10 kids, there's always, they say the darndest things. But I don't know if this group of people that's watching are familiar with Norman Cousins, but and maybe you have not heard of this. This long time ago, he worked for the government, and he was diagnosed with a terminal illness, and he checked himself out of his government office and into the hotel across the street and watched funny movies and laughed himself healthy. Don't take my word for it. Google Norman Cousins, The Healing Art of Laughter, and you can actually read his whole story, how he believes that laughter healed him because of what it does to the body when we can laugh.
Okay.
So I love that that's a foundational structure for your business, that laughter is part of the healing process, because we've lost sight of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's awesome.
For business, for life. Like, so kind of nature, movement, service, gratitude, and laughter. And how fun that there's a fun thing and part of this, right? It's
Yeah.
like, maybe add it to your to-do list to laugh, but like, how exciting. You get to laugh, have fun with it.
What can we do that makes us laugh? So you mentioned a stress supplement. I want you to talk about that as we near the end of our 30 minutes together.
Yeah.
What is that stress supplement? How do people use it?
Okay, so I talked a little bit about our shakes and our bars. Actually, I'm not even sure I mentioned the shakes, but just the very fact that this is an easy meal diffuses stress for me. It's meant to fuel the body and build lean muscle and support metabolism, 24 grams of whey or plant-based protein, a lot of credentials in this little packet. Okay. It is not just slapped together. It is like research. And I think what's really important is superior branch chain amino acids, so that your body can actually absorb the nutrients that are in here, so you can actually experience vitality. So I could talk about this for half an hour. And this is like, it's kind of even easier if you don't have 30 seconds, but you have a little bit. The bar. The biggest way that I manage stress in terms of nutrition, like I mentioned, is the ease. However, nature's answer to stress is this product called Ionic Supreme. Okay. Are you familiar with adaptogens?
I am. I'm an herbalist, so
You talked about adaptogens. We talked about it. Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't aware of adaptogens before isogenics, but so an adaptogen, this is an adaptogenic tonic that naturally helps our bodies adapt to physical and mental stress. And when I say naturally, I mean things from the earth. Like there's fruits in there, so it's sweet, but it kind of smells, it's kind of earthy. There's literally things from the earth, and there's ashwagandha and goji berry and eleuthero root and rhodiola and all these really cool words of different adaptogens. But an ounce of this a day, it has a nickname called Happy Mommy Juice, kid you not. And I can verify that if I don't have my ounce in the morning of Ionic Supreme, I feel different. And it helps with burnout. It helps with fatigue. It helps with our immune systems, focus, cognitive function, energy levels, really high profile of B vitamins. It is not to be dramatic, but it really is a staple in my life to support me so that I can do my life, so that I can be the mom I want to be, so that I can be the business owner I want to be. This is something I recommend for every single parent. But I mentioned, like, even losing weight and working out are good stresses on the body. There's not a person on the planet who couldn't benefit from adaptogens and who couldn't benefit from Ionic Supreme. I can't sing the praises loudly enough of this product, and I'm so grateful. And it's a great price point, and it's super easy. Like, I have people just have a little shot glass by their kitchen sink, take your ounce, take it down, done. So grateful. So very grateful for this product. And there's nothing artificial in it, right? Like, it's all nature's answer to stress is sort of the tagline. And
we have nature's answer to stress. And if you want to read more about adaptogens, there is an amazing herbalist. His name is David Winston, and he wrote a book called Adaptogens. So if it's something that you're curious about learning more about, check out David Winston's book on adaptogens. I'm sure you can find it in the public library. Of course, you can look for it on Amazon and pull it up. We are at the end of our time. I wanted to give you one final thought, some wisdom for our business owners. We know that you're in network marketing. You've shared what products, get behind the products that you use if you're going to do direct sales or network marketing. But as a business owner, do you have just kind of some words of wisdom that you'd share with those people who are looking at that as maybe an option, or maybe they're in that and they've been struggling with their business a little bit and they just need some inspiration and encouragement? Because that's what we're here to do, is inspire and encourage women to, get a side gig or grow, up level their business to that next place, maybe even replace working for somebody else and building their own dreams. Final thoughts for our business women today, Monica?
Which I did. I used to be a paralegal for 10 years. And I think I would not have been able to do that if I didn't love our products. That's the number one thing, is find a company that you can't live without the products, and that you could talk about, and you want to just jump when you talk about it because they've made such a difference in your life. Whether it's simplicity or vitality, or you love how they taste, or all these things. If you're looking for something, fall in love with it. And hopefully it's something that a lot of different people can benefit from, men, women, young, old, right? That's, I think, ideal for a product. If you're already in network marketing and you're feeling you're in a lull, you mentioned, right?
Maybe, yeah.
We've all been there. We've all been there in every business, I think. No one is ever 100% pumped about something 100% of the time. So I think getting into action is the easiest way, even if you don't want to sort of get that excitement again. Hopefully you have a community, a team, call on them. Be a support for other people, and let other people be a support for you. It is okay to rest. It is okay to rest. Have a rest if you need a rest, and then get back on it, get into action, and serve people with these products that you love. I think that's it.
Perfect. That is enough for our audience today. We reached completion. That's enough. I love to hear your joy and your passion for what it is that you do and how you serve. And I know that you really do pour into the moms that you work with. So thank you for sharing some of that enthusiasm and passion with our audience today. And if anyone wants to get in touch with Monica, she mentioned a couple of things. One, she has a book coming out probably next year sometime. It's a devotional. So if you want to tap into Rhonda Bryan's book right now, get your 28 days in, then transition to Monica Stanley down the road, you'll be able to reach out and find her online with that. If you can't, you can always reach out to me. All that information will be in the show notes on how to connect with Monica if you want more information about the products that she represents or health coaching. Again, please check in with Monica. All right. I want you all to experience joy and personal fulfillment in the work that you do. So, my team and I support business owners with simple solutions. If you could use a bit of advice and start to grow your business, if you're ready to implement an affordable powerhouse digital marketing plan, let's chat. It's easy to do. Go to lisamosbey.com, and that's Lisa, Mosbey.com, and click on book time with me. And I'm more than happy to discuss where you're at in your business. Are you ready to start? Are you ready to up level, or do you need a new brand? We can help you in all of those areas. Thanks for tuning in today, and sharing our show with your friends. We would bring them in, invite them in. We want to help more people and have an impact on the women around the world. So if you know of somebody who might benefit from this, please do invite them. And again, join us next week. Thanks for being here, everybody.